Nice. All right. Now live on Facebook. We have another option here besides live on Facebook and YouTube. They have live on Twitch to check that out. That is not. Wow. That went fast then. Okay. Great. It's working out, really. Okay. All right. I'm going to start with this screen share. And let's start, if this works, with this introductory lesson, you could call it, to the one rule. Cool. All right, welcome to Karen Ryce's Raising Happy Kids Zoom show. Intro to creating peace and harmony with one rule. Because as far as I can tell, the one rule is a solution that to all kinds of things. In fact, we'll go over a couple of them today. It's something that came up last week. Okay, let's see. When I talk about raising happy kids or creating harmony with kids, I bring up the one rule. The one rule equals agreement. Agreement equals harmony. Using the one rule means you find agreement. That's the rule. You find a solution that everyone likes. You've found agreement. You've found harmony. Knowing and following the one rule is all you really need to create harmony between you and your kids. In any situation where there are differences that might lead to conflict between you and your kids, use the one rule. I learned this strategy from 3-year-old children. I was teaching them a complex conflict resolution strategy, actually intended for adults. and they taught me this. So don't think you're in for a rough time. It's simple, it's easy, it's powerful and effective. It works if you use it. The one rule: start strong. You have decided that you really want harmony with your child. That sounds so good, right? Everyone feeling good and getting along. You've decided that you do not want to make your child do what they do not want to do, and you do not want to do what you do not want to do, and you are going to make this work. You have decided that you want to use the one rule to make this happen. This is going to become your new habit. You remember that when you use the one rule, you are sharing the following messages with your kids. I want us all to be happy. We are each important. Together we can solve our problems. I believe in you. I love you. To create this new habit, you're going to start with yourself and what you want. You decide that you are going to let how you feel about a situation determine whether you agree with it or not. If it feels good, then you can agree with it. If not, you cannot. Think about a situation. Ask yourself, is this situation okay with me, just as it is? If yes, your work on that is done. If no, what would have to change, be different, so that I could feel good about it? Maybe several versions of this situation would feel fine with you, maybe only one. This exercise, this practice, helps you make a habit of following the one rule. No matter what age your kids are, this exercise helps ensure a strong start and makes following the one rule so much easier. Here is an understanding that might make following the one rule even easier. Recently, I asked myself a question. What do I want people to feel when they're connecting with my work? I definitely want them to feel good about themselves. Then the following answer appeared to my surprise and delight. I want people to realize that they are already using the one rule. That understanding surprised me, and as more and more of it was revealed to me, it delighted me. Of course, people are already using the one rule. I'm not teaching them anything they don't know. I'm not teaching them anything strange to them. I'm just helping them expand their use of something they use daily without thinking about it. They use it. You use it. Every time you come to a decision inside of yourself, you're using the one rule. Most likely you had to consider several options or possibilities to reach that decision, even if it just took you a few seconds for you to agree with yourself. That is what I want. That is what I'll do. You also use the one rule whenever you agree with someone else. Together you come to a decision, an agreement. Yes, tomorrow I'll go to the auto parts store before I go grocery shopping. Even with your kids, you're using the one rule. You're coming to agreements. Think about it. Of course you are. You're just not thinking of it as a rule, as something required. So at times you are not coming to agreement. I'm here to help you think of coming to agreement as required, as a rule, as the one rule. You just expand the situations where you come to agreement until coming to agreement is just what you do and your kids do. It is the rule you and your kids follow. When you use the one rule, you are creating harmony. Your kids are creating harmony. You're becoming used to creating harmony, familiar with how good it feels to everyone involved. One point to be clear on is that even if a situation seems complicated, and it seems that it is impossible to find a solution that everyone involved can feel good about, it is still possible. An important thing to remember is that there is a way for things to work so that everyone involved gets to feel good. Keep that in mind. This has been my experience whenever I have made this effort. A clear, helpful way to introduce using the one rule to your kids actually originates from the first time the children introduced me to what is now the one rule. You can do what I did. So they could understand what we were doing, I told the two little girls 3 things. 1, you are each important. Point to each person involved. You are important and you are important. And if it is your problem too, I am important. 2, you or we each deserve to feel good. 3, we can use the one rule to find a solution that feels good to each of you or us. Then tell them what the one rule is. When you actually start working with your kids using the one rule, helping them follow their interest is one of the easiest ways for you to start. That makes sense, right? It is also one of the most beneficial things you can do for your kids. Why is it good for your kids to do what interests them? One primary reason is that their interest is a key to helping them become the best versions of themselves that they can become. When we do what interests us, we are very engaged and focused. Think about doing something that interests you. When we are engaged and focused, what we do and produce tends to be of much better quality than if we were not interested. Interest helps result in excellence. An even more important result of being engaged and focused is that our whole being is involved in what interests us. That is why we are engaged and focused. We are experiencing harmony, inner harmony. That is a good reason to allow and encourage our kids to do what they are interested in doing. I have observed children doing what really interests them, and they become peaceful, harmonious people, even if they were not before. It doesn't mean that everything that interests our kids is going to always interest them. They may be interested for their lifetime, or even for 10 years, or only 10 days or 10 minutes. The point is that they are following their interests, not the specific thing or experience that interests them, or the length of time it interests them. So if they ask for your help, please help your kids follow their interests. If for any reason you really do not want to do what they're asking you to do, that is a perfect time to use the one rule. Another reason for helping your kids follow their interests is one that is taking care of you too. When they are eager to do something instead of resisting doing it, you do not have to encourage them to do it or insist that they do it, let alone force them to do it. Think of how much of your time and energy could be available for you to use as you wish. Helping them follow their interests is actually the one rule in action, taking care of you and your kids. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I need to get some water. Okay. Let's see. We can. Let's try this. Oh, I know. I remember what I was doing. Yes, I came across this last night. This was, I haven't read through it recently. I created a training course many years ago, and this was one of the examples that I use to show people what each lesson was about. And the reason I kind of am going to continue what I'm doing here with this is because last week a very an idea that was really interesting to me came up from Batul. And she was saying that it doesn't, the one rule doesn't always have to be used just with problems, that it can be used just to make decisions. And the idea of a vacation or holiday, some places it's called holiday, even in English. Anyway, so when I came across this, I thought, oh, this is interesting. I will share this. So let's see how this goes, because I know it works out. That was the purpose of it all. Okay, this is a family deciding about what to do for their vacation or holiday. Gabby, remember I told you about a new program I'm learning about where we can solve things as a family so that all of us get to feel good. So that's like the one rule, even though in those days, I'm sure that is not what it was. Yeah. Well, I've checked with your father and your brother and sister, but I haven't had time to check with you. I'd like to decide about our family vacation this summer. We need to plan now if we want to do some of the things we've been thinking of. I don't want to take a vacation with the family. I want to stay in town with my friends. Sounds like we need to have a session, you and me and your dad, before we meet about where and when we're taking our family vacation. I really want you to come, but we'll come to some decision that we all like. I'll ask your brother and sister if it matters to them to be at that session, since this is a family issue. When is a good time for you to meet with us? Sounds like everyone will be ganging up on me. Let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm sorry if it sounds like that, but no decisions will be made unless everyone involved agrees to them. That includes you. If you don't like an idea, you just say no, and that idea gets crossed off the list. So is this evening after dinner good for you? We'll work at the table in the living room. I guess it's okay. Great. I'll tell the others about the change of plans. That was in the first lesson. That was the example for the first lesson. Here's the second. I think there were 12 lessons altogether. Let's get started. Shall I be the writer or does someone else want to write? You write this time, Mom. Everyone agreed? Okay. Now we have to define the problem before I write it down. What do you mean? We all have to agree that we're here to discuss the same thing so we don't make the mistake of talking about different subjects. We were going to discuss about where and when we're taking our family vacation this summer, right? Right, everyone chorused. Now, before we can continue with that, we have to reach an agreement about Gabby going or not. I want Gabby to go. Let's see. Okay. I think Gabby should be able to stay here if she wants. Okay, remember those ideas for later. Right now, do we all agree that tonight we're going to come to decisions about Gabby's vacation plans that everyone likes? Yeah, sure. Okay, that's what I'm going to write down. Here's what I wrote. Tonight, we're going to decide about what Gabby is going to do during her summer vacation, especially during the time we are planning a family vacation. We have to make a decision that we all agree to. Sounds good. Next, we have to write down whose problem this is. What do you mean? Well, I think it should be maybe. Maybe not everyone has a problem about Gabby's going or not. I sure don't. Okay, Max, we won't write down that this is a problem for you. I have a problem with her not going, but her father and I talked earlier, and he doesn't have a problem whether she goes or stays either. Gabby has a problem about going with us. What about you, Crystal? I really want Gabby to go. Okay, so Gabby, Crystal, and I are having problems with this issue. So I'll put down our names. Okay, everyone. Now we start gathering our ideas. We have to write down every idea we come up with. I have to write down every idea we come up with. See, this is, of course, it's good to be clear on what the problem is. And this is not a bad way of going about this, but I think the one rule is eliminates some of the complexities of this one. So, but we can go through this. Okay. Okay, I have to write down every idea we come up with. Remember, no matter what we think of an idea, we don't make comments, good or bad, not even noises or gestures. We have to remember that any idea that we don't like gets crossed off. Who wants to go first? I get to stay home during family vacation. No, Gabby, Remember, Crystal, no comments. That means we don't say anything about someone else's idea. I just write it down. Later, we cross off all of the ideas that someone doesn't like. Later, not now, just wait. Okay, who's next? Gabby goes with us. I stay with my girlfriend, Jean. We all just stay home. We'll shorten our vacation and all go together. We'll ask Aunt Minnie to come stay with Gabby. We'll stay home and do things here. Gabby can invite a friend or two to come along. We'll go somewhere so exciting Gabby will want to come with us. Okay, so they continue till there are no more ideas. Okay, now comes crossing off. Who wants to go first? Me. I want to cross off that Gabby stays home. Okay, it's crossed off. Who next? I guess I want to cross off that I go with you. I'm sorry, Crystal, but I really don't want to go on a family vacation. I really want to stay with my friends this summer. So are we leaving that I stay with Jean? No, cross that off. Okay, Crystal. Anyone else? Here is the list of ideas they had left after they scratched the ones they did not like. We all just stay home. We'll shorten our vacation and all go together. We'll ask Aunt Mimi to come stay with Gabby. We'll all stay home and do things here. Gabby can invite a friend or two to come along. We'll go somewhere so exciting Gabby will want to come with us. Okay, now I'm going to read over. Oh, I just read the list, so we don't have to do that again. If Aunt Mimi comes, I want to stay here too. We could just stay here this vacation. We never do that. It might be interesting. If we do that, we can save our vacation money and really go somewhere great next year. This is sounding better and better. There's lots to do around here that we never get to or never take time to see. We could take drives around here. We could visit friends we hardly ever get to see. We could invite people for dinner and barbecues. So, are we agreed we stay? Yes. Sounds good. What a surprise ending. Let's set up a special savings account for next year's extravagant vacation. Let's get travel brochures and start dreaming and planning. What if Gabby doesn't want to go again? We'll deal with that then, Crystal, okay? Okay. Let's go to a travel agent and see everything that tourists like to do here. You want to do that, Gabby? Now you could have friends along if you want to go on our outings. Sure, Mom, that sounds like fun. I might not want to go on all of them, though. No problem. I want Gabby to go with us. What if you invite a friend of your own, Crystal, when Gabby doesn't want to go? Who can I ask? Well, let's make a list of children you might like to ask. Okay. Oops, I almost forgot. I have to write all of this down so we don't forget anything. Who's going to the travel agent to get brochures for our next vacation and of local things for this vacation? I'll go, Mom, since it's because of me you're not going away this vacation. I'll write that down, Gabby. Terry, you had the idea about the savings account. Sure, I'll take care of that tomorrow. Was there anything else? What about my list of friends? Right, Crystal, you and I can do that. I'll write that down too. We also have to have our first dreaming session about next year's vacation, our first planning session for this vacation, and our first planning session for this vacation. I'll have the brochures here by the weekend. Maybe we could do that then. Does sometime this weekend work for everyone? Does anyone have plans yet? No plans. That's a good start. Let's make a Saturday brunch and have our first dreaming and planning session. Write it on the calendar before anyone makes any other plans. This was fun, Mom. I thought it was going to be awful. I'm happy the way everything is working out too, Gabby. It's great that you said what you needed. It's great that we figured things out so we all get to have a good time. It sure would have been awful if Gabby had to go or if Crystal had to go and Gabby got to stay. From now on, it's win-win all the way. Okay, at our dreaming and planning family brunch, we decided to meet today and see how this plan is working for all of us. I forgot to bring up the need for a follow-up meeting at our first meeting, so I'll go first. Everything's going well for me. Anyone else? Anyone having second thoughts? What are second thoughts, Mom? She means if you don't like our idea about having our family vacation here this year. Second thoughts means that you thought it was a good idea. Second thoughts means that you thought an idea was a good idea, but now you are thinking a different thought, a second thought about it, that maybe it's not a good idea. Oh, I like the idea. I've been making new friends since I asked some of the kids at school about going on trips around here. Lots of kids want to be able to go. Well, I'm sure we can work that out somehow. We'll just have to have a meeting about it. Yes, let's have lots of meetings about it. I like these meetings. We'll have as many meetings as we need, don't worry. I think we're all convinced about these meetings. Anyone else? No? Well, let's schedule another dreaming and planning meeting. What about 2 weeks from Saturday? Another family brunch? What date is that? The 17th? Oh, yeah, I'll be available. Sounds good. Max, will you write it on the calendar? Sure, Mom. We're all here. Is it okay with everyone to have a short meeting? Good. So what's up, Max? Well, I thought after dinner would be a good time for us all to meet. Something came up today that we need to agree on. I'm being offered a scholarship to soccer camp. It's happening right during our vacation. I want to accept, but I need it to be okay with all of you. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. Is it going to be near here? Yeah, but I have to stay on the college campus where it's being held for the whole week. I don't have a problem with this. Anyway, family vacation is for 2 weeks. You can still spend 1 week with us. Does anyone else have a problem with this? For sure you have to do this, Max. Thanks, Gabby. Thanks, everyone. I'll tell them tomorrow that I can go. Now, in only moments, something that could have caused a lot of trouble and bad feelings in the family. You have to be part of the vacation. I'm going and I don't care what you say. Is solved to everyone's satisfaction. Peace and harmony reign. Okay, wow. So even though there was no one rule, there kind of was. Interesting. Okay, here's, I had for this, it was a mini course and there were 12 lessons and I had two examples. The family example was one, and this grandmother, grandson. This is a situation where the grandson lives with the grandmother, and it's about homework. Tony, I'm learning how we can solve our problems and we both get to feel good. You can use the one rule. I'm thinking of talking about homework. How does that sound to you? I don't want to talk about homework. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We won't decide to do anything unless I like it and you like it. What do you think about that? You mean I won't have to do my homework if I don't want to? I don't know about that. We'll have to come up with ideas about it. But only the ideas that you like and I like, we will try to do. If I don't like it, we won't use that idea. If you don't like it, we won't use that idea. What do you think? Well, I guess we could try. Should we try right now? I want to go out and play right now. Shall we try after you come back? We can work at the kitchen table. Sure. Tony, I am so glad that we're finally going to try this out. I'm sure we will be happy with our decisions. So, I'm worried that you don't seem to get your homework done. I don't need to do homework. Although it may be tempting, please do not get distracted and get into a discussion right now. You can discuss this later in the process. Well, that may be. Remember this idea when we start writing ideas down. We can discuss it later. Oh, I forgot something. I should have told you that right now we're going to write down what problem we're working on. But before we write it down, we're going to agree that this is the problem that we're working on. Do you agree that we're going to work on the problem of homework and come to decisions that we both like about it? All right. So I'm going to write this. We are having problems about homework, and today we're going to agree what to do to solve these problems. Does that sound right to you? Okay, write it. So I wrote, we are having problems about homework, and today we're going to agree what to do to solve these problems. Does that sound right to you, Tony? Yeah, Grandma. Now we have to decide who is having a problem with this homework issue. I know I am. I'm not. I don't think I have to do homework. Here again, keep on the task. If you get into this discussion right now, you might never get through this. You can discuss it during negotiation if necessary. Okay, I'll write down that this is my problem. Yeah, that's good. Now we start gathering our ideas. I have to write down every idea we come up with. Remember, no matter what we think of an idea, we don't make any comments, good or bad, not even noises or gestures. We have to remember that any idea we don't like gets crossed off. Do you want to start, Tony? Sure. I never have to do homework. Grandma, you do my homework for me. You do your homework every day and I don't even have to ask you to do it. You tell the teacher not to give me homework. You have fun doing your homework. You do your homework as soon as you come home. I have all my friends over and we do homework together. I make your favorite snacks and you get to have them while you do your homework. My friends come over and do my homework. You do your homework and I take you to all the baseball games at the stadium. I do my homework and you take me and all my friends to the stadium. Now comes the good part. I want to cross off that I do my homework and you don't have to tell me. Okay, next. I want to cross off that I do my homework as soon as I get home and that I have fun doing my homework. I'll never have fun doing homework. Sure, we can cross those off. Any more? Not right now. Okay. I want to cross off that I do your homework for you and that I ask your teacher not to give you homework. And I want to cross off the word all in the part about taking you and your friends to the stadium. I might take you and one or two friends. I think that's it for now. Here's the list they had left after they scratched the ones they did not like. I have all my friends over and we do homework together. I make your favorite snacks and you can have them while you do your homework. My friends come over and do my homework. You do your homework and I take you to all the baseball games at the stadium. I do my homework and you take me and one or two of my friends to the stadium. Now let's go over the ideas we have and see what kind of plan we can put together. I like having friends over and we do our homework together. I just saw the part of having your friends do your homework for you. I don't mind if you help each other, but I really like that. I don't really like that they do it for you. We can scratch it. Okay, maybe we better. So what about the other idea, snacks and baseball? Well, snacks are great, but I'd rather have my friends. And I'd like you to take me and a couple of my friends to baseball. It sounds like you'd feel okay about doing your homework if you had friends here to do it with you. Is that right? Yeah, doing my homework would be easy with my friends here. Let's give it a try. This is a great idea you had, Grandma. Why don't you call your friends and see if this is something they can do? If I need to speak to one of their parents, just let me know. Thanks, Grandma. Hey, Grandma, what about the baseball idea? We'll see. Maybe that it can still happen later. Okay, I'm going to call Robert and Jimmy. Wait, let me write this down. So you're going to call your friends Robert and Jimmy to see if they can come over and you three can do your homework together, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, I've got it. Grandma, Robert can come tomorrow, but Jimmy's mom wants to talk to you. Is she on the phone? Yeah. Okay. Hi, Martha. Did you hear the plan? Oh, yes, I'll be here. I have a home business now. It's no problem. I think it will actually solve a problem I've had getting Tony to do his homework. Well, that's very nice of you, Martha. I'm sure sometimes they would like to go to your place. Okay, thanks for your approval. I hope you have a great evening. Bye. Okay, Tony, it's done. You could start tomorrow. Let me write this down so we don't forget. I'm going to go to Robert's to talk about our plan. Wait, we're not done yet. We have to schedule another meeting to make sure this is working for both of us. Oh, okay. Today is Wednesday. What about next week? Not the weekend coming up, but what about next weekend? Not the weekend coming up, but the one after. I have a soccer game. What about after your soccer game? Sure. Let me write that down. I'm also going to write that I'll check back with you before the weekend to make sure this is still a good time for you, and to tell you if it's still a good time for me. I'll write both of these, the meeting and checking before the meeting, on our calendar in the kitchen. Can I go now? Yes, have fun. See you later. Grandma, this is working great. I just want Brady to come too. He really wants to join us, and his parents have said it's okay. That sounds fine to me, as long as you continue to get your homework done. I'm really happy with that part. I never even have to say anything anymore. I hope your teacher's happy too. I get full points now. I should be getting A's in all my classes. I wonder if your teacher would like to hear what we did. I don't know, maybe. Well, let's meet again in 2 weeks if that's okay with you, and see if adding Brady is a good idea. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a good idea, but we can meet. Yeah, I'm going to write to your teacher and maybe set up a meeting if she wants to learn more. I'll bet a lot of parents and kids could be helped by learning what we did. Okay, Grandma, I'm going to play. See you later. Okay, Tony, have fun. See you later. Grandma? Yes, Tony. I want to have 3 more guys over this weekend to study for a big test. Can they each bring some snacks? I don't have time or enough food to feed that many hungry boys. I'll let them know. So is it okay? Sure, it's fine with me. See, now this is how the one rule works. This is how quickly differences can be settled now. No setting up the meeting, no writing things down, just quickly getting to agreement, making sure your needs are met, and helping others get their needs met. Okay. Good, good, good. Now, let's see. I think okay, after I think that was like 7 steps to harmony or something like that. The mini course, and there were 12 lessons in it because other things were addressed. But a number of years later, maybe a couple years or so before the one rule entered, there was the harmonized fast formula. So I'm going to read these stories that are somebody using the harmonized fast formula. You'll see how close it is to the one rule. The story is called Ignoring You. Here is an example of level 1, the clarity round at work. There were 3 rounds in this, you'll see. Why are they ignoring me again? They just keep playing with their toys. I am so tired of this. Why do they ignore me? I feel like I've tried everything. Time out, taking away their toys, sending them to their rooms. I don't know what to do. I don't want to spank them, ever. I guess I may as well give that harmonized formula a try. Let's see. The first step is seeing if we just have to understand each other better. Minnie says it's working for her. You, Crystal, Jason. Oh, I have to go over to them. She walks over and kneels down near them. They're playing on the floor, building something. Crystal, Jason, I need you to pay attention to me. Them, what, Mom? They keep on playing. You, I'm not going to read them and you, okay? Unless it seems like confusing. If I don't. Jason, Crystal, please look at me. They both look at her. What, Mom? I'm going to the store. I need you two to get ready to go with me. But Mom, we're having so much fun. I'm glad you're having fun, but when I have to tell you something, I need you to pay attention. We didn't hear you, Mom, said Crystal. Yeah, we were too busy playing, Jason added. We're having so much fun, said Crystal excitedly. Well, I'm glad you're having fun, but you really didn't hear me? No, Mom, we just keep coming up with better and better games. Did you hear me when I came over to you? Sure, said Crystal. Well, it's time to take a break and get ready to go to the store. You can get back to your game when we get home. Okay, Mom. Come on, Jason, let's get ready. That was amazing. I'm going to have to try that again. I have to remember to go over to them to get their attention. That was amazing. Here, all it took to make things go smoothly was for the mother to go over to the kids to get their attention without struggle. They were glad to give her their attention. They were not deliberately ignoring her as she thought. They were just intently focused on what they were doing. Here's an example of level 2, the agreement round at work. There's agreement again. But what if the kids don't want to stop playing? Mom, we don't want to go to the store, said Crystal. No, we don't want to go to the store, agreed Jason. We're having so much fun. This is the mom again, thinking. Minnie said to keep it respectful and to find a solution that we all like. It might be easier for me to go shopping on my own. It might be easier for me to go shopping on my own, but I can't leave you here without a grown-up. Can we take some of our toys? Yeah, then we can keep playing. That's a good idea, but you'll have to leave your toys in the car when we get to the store. Minnie said the second step. What did she call it? The second round was that we use the first idea that we all like. Maybe this is it. So that took care of round 2, because they didn't agree to just drop their stuff and go. Here is an example of level 3, the understanding round at work. What if the kids really don't want to stop their game? Jason said, Crystal, let's stay in the car. Then we don't have to stop playing and we don't have to leave our toys. This is the mom thinking. I guess we're not done yet. I'm sorry, but you can't stay in the car by yourselves either. Thinking, maybe I can find something interesting for them to do so they could take a break in their game. I wish you would help me in the market. What could we do? You can help me decide what food to get. You could get food that you can reach. after we decide that we want it. It will help the shopping go faster. Then you can get back to your game. Can I ride in the cart? Asked Jason. Sure you can, Jason. That will help the shopping go faster too. Can I get some things off the shelf when I'm in the cart? Yes, if they are things we decide we want and you can easily reach them. This sounds like a shopping adventure. Crystal said, let's just leave all our toys here so we can get back to our game when we get home. Let's go have a shopping adventure and help Mom. Yeah, let's have a shopping adventure. Mom thinking, this sure is smoother than fighting about it. Thanks, Minnie. I'll have to tell you how it went. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop the sharing, the screen share. Okay. I was thinking I wanted to let you know a couple of the things that are coming up. I was thinking of one, but then just now another thing came. That is one of the stories that is going to be in the new companion book, I would say, to the One Rule to Raising Happy Kids. There's going to be a companion book filled with story examples. At the moment, the guardian stories are the ones that speak about the One Rule. And at the moment, the book starts with those. And then there's lots of examples like the three that I just, 3, 4, 5, that I just went through, 3 anyway, that don't really mention the One Rule, but they go about solving situations in the same kind of way, so that agreement, they find agreement. That's the thing. Then the next section of the book is going to be based on questions that were actually asked of me by by people who lived in the area I used to live in. And I answered them in the newspaper, but I didn't make them into stories. So I won't be using the original names, but that's the plan, is to respond. Okay, because what I did was I answered their question in the newspaper. These will be stories demonstrating how the answer might go. That's one thing, though, to know about the One Rule, is that it very much, how it goes, very much depends on the people involved and what matters to them and what doesn't matter to them. So, okay, then the one other thing I wanted to bring up is I'm going to be creating a pilot training on the One Rule, and I'm going to be asking for volunteers to participate and give me feedback on it. as well as testimonials on how well it worked for them. But we'll get into more of that later. Okay, I wish you a great week and see you next time.